What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topics, tweets, videos y'all want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, today is Monday, April 17th. We've got another locked and loaded video for all the news topics that happened over the weekend, which there was a lot. Casual reminder to hit the sub button if you guys haven't already. If you watch my content or if you watch like one or two of my videos, it would mean the world to me. And yeah, you guys know the drill. Sit back, relax, put your feet up, and yeah, allow me to lay it on you. So JKid1337 said Charlie dropping a rare L, deeming his cat the cutest when Indy exists. What? Wow. Is Charlie really trying to have a cat off? That's and look, Charlie Moist Critical, one of the biggest YouTubers out there, commentary channels, one of the biggest people to do it ever, right? Totally, for sure. But if there's one thing that I have over Charlie, that is the fact that my cat Indy is the cutest of them all. I mean, we can compare cats, me, Alpha Rat. We can have a full-on YouTube cat off tournament ranking, and I guarantee you, Indy is taking the #1 spot. Okay. Oh, and something about cops and an affair. What is this clip? What is this cap?
The shamelessness to not only cheat but then deny that it happened in the face of overwhelming evidence is almost comical. It'd be like me trying to deny that I'm 5'6", or trying to say that my cat Io isn't the cutest goddamn thing in the world when you can clearly see that not only is she the cutest cat in the world, but I'm 5'6".
Okay, so Io is absolutely cute, gorgeous, and adorable. But I present to you, let me go get his ass. Present to you the cutest cat in the history of cats. You doing okay, Indy? Woke him up from his nap, so he's a little sleepy. And I call him by his name, his tail wagged. Watch. Indy. Good boy, Indy? This boy is the cutest of them all. Yeah, so yeah, Charlie and all you other YouTubers out there, if you guys want to have a cat off, I'm 100% down. Okay, I know there's a lot of famous YouTubers out there with a bunch of cute cats, and hey, I agree. Your cats are cute. It's just, I mean, audience members, you guys can come to your own conclusion. Who do you think wins the cat off between me and Charlie? Is it Indy or Io? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Yes, that's right. I'm declaring war. Every YouTuber, if anybody want to faces me, the cutest cat award, come at me. We'll battle on the streets. It's Creator Clash 2, but whose cat is the cutest? Speaking of Creator Clash 2, Harriet said Creator Clash 2 results asked the same last time they did it, so carrying on the tradition. Have a great day. Thanks so much, Harriet. I hope you have a great day as well. If you guys don't know, Creator Clash 2 was this weekend. It's a boxing event, and it was a very huge success. It's the second one and the sequel of its kind, hosted by iDubbbz and his girlfriend Anissa. And this event, they take all the content creators from around the world and they pair them off together, and they box and they fight. Something they don't normally do, which is really cool. I'll tell you guys the results. It was down in Florida. What's also cool about it is that even if they didn't fight, you'd see a lot of cameos of other YouTubers and content creators like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, like Matt, Pat, my boy Alfred. People who weren't even fighting came in to obviously support it, and it turns into this huge like content creator collaboration where people can hang out IRL, you know, outside of just, you know, behind the screen like I'm doing. I actually feel bad that I didn't go because it would have been a really good chance to meet a lot of the people who were there. A lot of the content creators, and hang out on the side of the street at Waffle House at 2 a.m. kind of jig. So, but yeah, in case you guys missed the results, pause, vibe check. Today's video is sponsored by nobody. Sucks to suck, but it is what it is. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I have a Patreon, and I've completely revamped it in a way to interactively talk with you guys directly one-on-one on the platform. That's right, we're getting parasocial. For those of you guys who do subscribe to the Patreon, you get access to my private Discord, you get first dibs to any merch launches, your name will appear here in a future video just like you see now. And that's it, okay? That's the plug. If you guys enjoy my content and you want to help me stay afloat, I'm really trying to push the concept of Patreon, and you guys can support me, patreon.com/Omni. Link in the description below. Okay, cool. Thanks for listening. Back to the news. There were 12 fights. Jack Manifold won over Dakota Olive. Gel Ray won over Abelina Sabrina. Dad defeated AB Ayad Starkiller with a TKO. I think AB Starkiller actually had a broken rib or something from the fight. It was only like a first or second round, but my man's had to go to the hospital. I believe that's the one who it was. William Haynes defeated Chris Ray Gunn with a TKO. Alana Pierce defeated Micah with a split decision. My boy Myth beat Hundar, TKO. Myth Man is out there. Jeez, he needs a box for real, for real. He got long arms and he is always putting down his opponents every single time. You got Haley Sharp versus Marisha Ray with a unanimous decision. Aaron Hansen defeated Jarvis Johnson, TKO. It was hard to watch because my boy Jarvis Johnson was my favorite to win. Nothing against Aaron at all. But yeah, Aaron was going in on Jarvis. Jarvis tried to put in the blocks and the defenses and he just cannot hold through. He needed his inhaler, but it was so good to see my boy Jarvis Johnson out there, you know, giving it his all. Michelle Kerr defeated Andrea Botez in a unanimous decision. Crank Gay Plays, that was also a huge fight versus Leonhardt. Crank Gay Plays, Ethan, if you guys don't know, second of Unis Honest with Markiplier, went out there and was just on fire. That man looked like he needs to be boxing too. He had some inner pent-up rage or something, because you can tell he came out there, he had no games to play. John Randall Hennigan was over Harley Morenstein, and Alex Wasabi absolutely bopped iDubbbz left and right. That joint looked really, really bad. Like, that's the final match of though. Alex Wasabi is actually the boxer that was supposed to box KSI, and I think he backed out at the last second or whatever. And yeah, he fought iDubbbz, and he just knocked this man around like a bobble dog. I was out there like, yo, call the match. This ain't going to be good. iDubbbz can take a punch, but I don't think he should be taking punches like that. They tried to do something where it was like, yo, let's bring him back in for a round two. Like imagine beating somebody in a boxing fight and then the person that you beat or got beat by says, encore, let's do it again. Like, no, I'm not getting back on stage with you to get my ass knocked out again. I'm bleeding. iDubbbz's face was so bloody, but yeah, those are the winners. And that's basically it. There was a lot of drama coming into Creator Clash too with the whole Froggy Fresh thing. And I think also at one point in time, like they had to ban people from coming in inside the actual venue itself because they thought they might be aligned with Sam Hyde, this other guy that they've been trying to keep out of the event, who said they were going to kind of spoil anything, dressed as like drag queen or put on a mask to get in. Now that I kind of watched this again, and I remember this from the first Creator Clash, it was a dope event. It was really good. And the drama that was falling behind it, I can't believe it actually became such a big deal, because once the event happened, none of it actually mattered. It did not matter at all. It was a very nice, wholesome, fun event that did not require all of that drama that was happening in the past. So I think definitely Creator Clash 3 will be on its way, if not sometime in the fall, definitely next year. And yeah, congratulations again to iDubbbz for throwing another successful creator event. All right, guys, we're going to quickly cover this situation, the whole SunnyV2 video that you guys probably have heard of. This is probably news that you've seen before. We've actually covered this on Twitch as well. We talked about it, and I was thinking about making a one-off YouTube video about it, which probably would have been a good idea. But then I got kind of busy over the weekend with some other stuff that I don't really feel like talking about. But it is still something that you guys probably want to hear from me about, because it was absolutely ginormous. Peps, I said the SunnyV2 video. And if you guys don't know, SunnyV2 is a commentator channel here where he usually talks about the rise and fall of content creators. They commentary just like me and all the other people you know, but usually the thumbnails is a person's face. The rise and fall of Boogie, the rise and fall of YouTubers who are no longer here, where they go, and people who've got canceled, and people who've done heinous things. And he talks about all of this drama, usually things from the past or sometimes things that are happening now, including here. And he made a video titled, Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for MrBeast. Now, if you guys know MrBeast, he's the biggest YouTuber in the entire platform, single individual YouTuber. And this is Chris. Chris is MrBeast's friend. And if you guys don't know, there's been a lot of drama recently. We've talked about it in the last episode where basically Chris is now transgender and is going through transition hormone, HRT, in order to basically change their appearance. However, it became a huge issue because people were poking fun and bullying and making fun of Chris for undergoing this transition on the internet. The internet was just, Chris minding their business, doing their own thing, and the internet was just like, you are terrible and you are killing your family and you are crushing everything. Now it has evolved into SunnyV2 making one of the worst videos I have ever seen on this platform. It's 9 minutes of absolute freaking cringe. And again, I don't know if I want to sit here and break it down with you guys on this today's video. I feel like this is something that might need to be a one-off. First and foremost, this video has gotten so much traction that it has 5.1 million views. Definitely one of his best video of all time. Other videos reaching around 3 million, 2 million, 2 million, 3 million. 5.1 million in one day is in 4 days is just ginormous for him, and it's the most controversial video as well. As you guys can see from the video with SunnyV2, 238,000 likes versus a 174K dislike bar. 120,000 comments. That's how controversial it is. This dislike ratio bar is showing a very strong support for this video, but also a very strong, well, opposite of support, just non-support for it as well. And it's 9 minutes, and I can't sit down here and show you this whole 9-minute video in today's video, but this video is so freaking bad. It has brought back the return of my guy D'Angelo Wallace. Now look, almost every content creator that I can think of has talked about this video in some way, shape, or form in a commentary, but D'Angelo Wallace is one of the most famous commentators who basically dropped off the face of the planet about like 8 or 9 months ago, and he has returned in order to talk about how bad this video is in his 20-minute video. It's already at 750,000 views, and yeah, it is definitely D'Angelo Wallace in the exact same form talking about the content that he is. This video is so bad, it resurrected D'Angelo Wallace. That's how bad it was.
Somebody has uploaded a YouTube video that is so dumb, so completely incorrect, that they have basically assembled the YouTube Avengers. How does someone anger the internet's nicest people like Jacksepticeye and MrBeast, make a bunch of other creators you've probably heard of drop response videos, and make points that are so completely invalid? I, of all people, come back early from a 9-month break just to personally tell you that your video is trash.
Man, I miss this guy so much, man. Definitely one of my inspirations when it came to like making videos and commentary and stuff. So I'm glad to see the return of D'Angelo Wallace. If one bad thing or good thing has come from the whole SunnyV2 video, it's the fact that we've got our king back here. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to tell you off the cusp, the long and short of the SunnyV2 video is that it's a video that's created to kind of pander towards a specific type of audience to show that Chris's transition is a problem for MrBeast's brand, ignoring the fact that Chris is a person and is not a movie character from a Disney movie that comes in and destroys the plot of a story that's currently occurring. SunnyV2 somehow manages to dehumanize Chris to the point where they assume that MrBeast, who is his friend, who has claimed that he is his friend, is now somehow destroying his friendship, destroying his life, making him feel uncomfortable, forcing him into some situation that he doesn't want to be in. It's all of these other things. He does these things in the video sometimes where he highlights comments that literally have like 2 likes or 3 likes in order to push a specific narrative that this is how the people believe and this is how the people think. The video actually initially was trying to be neutral, I believe, and talk about the subject from a top view, because obviously it is creating an issue where people are a little bit uncomfortable with Chris and his transition, and his audience is trying to gather their heads around it. But this happens with any person who is trans. Whenever they do transition, it becomes an issue for the people. They're like, oh my God, I don't like this. This makes me feel uncomfortable. This is weird. And they start getting massive dislikes. Not a surprise here, but this video enforces that ideology, and then it paints a narrative that MrBeast is against it. It also paints a narrative that apparently is going to hurt his brand, that Chris, this person, his friend, is going to be a nightmare for his channel, despite the fact that MrBeast gets millions of subscribers every month. Does not stop. This man will not be destroyed or hurt by this. It's painting a narrative that I think is going against this this hate culture that people have for trans people, and Chris specifically, to kind of feed into their hate wars and their parasocial relationship of what they believe Jimmy is. Kind of putting the ideas of Jimmy and saying like, yeah, Jimmy is uncomfortable. Jimmy doesn't feel good about this, and just creating this narrative. It's a bad video, and it dramatizes a person. It dehumanizes the person. It's wrong. And MrBeast himself was absolutely pissed that this video actually came out into the existence. MrBeast quite literally says, yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare. He's my effing friend, and things are fine. All this transphobia is starting to piss me off. And I said this again, and I'll say it on Twitch. Bring it on. MrBeast, be evil. I'm done. I want the evil MrBeast saga. Okay, MrBeast out here, saving people, giving away money, giving people cars, curing blindness. You know what, MrBeast? Go off, man. The world is not appreciating you. Go off. Go ahead and blind 1,000 people. Fine with it. Put on the mask and go around blinding tens of thousands of people. You deserve it. Okay, go ahead. Instead of giving people cars, drop cars on them. Okay, I don't care. I'm gonna turn a blind eye to it. Pun intended, because somebody making MrBeast this angry just never occurs, and that he always stays out of the drama, or he sits on the side sipping the tea. But for him to be able to say something like this means that he's definitely involved. And I don't think MrBeast is the type of person that you want to frustrate or get angry. Imagine the power of MrBeast and all the good and craziness that he does do. Now imagine that goes in any other direction or towards you. I don't want to be a freaking target of MrBeast being angry or evil because I feel like I'm gonna get murked, ejectocito cuzzoed, and then he'll make a video about how he murked Inferno Omni. Like, but that's the situation that's going on. Since then, I don't think MrBeast has said any more about the subject, but everyone's kind of speaking not for him, but basically saying that they are voicing their, the same frustration and anger that they have that this SunnyV2 video exists. Again, I might, if you guys want me to, I'll do a full breakdown, maybe in a second video or sometime this week as well. And I'll start doing more breakdowns, individual videos as well, one-offs for you guys, because I know you guys do enjoy that. But yeah, that's SunnyV2. That's the return of D'Angelo Wallace as MrBeast, Big Baby Rage, mad for specific reasons and hopefully turning evil. Let me know if you guys were involved or you talked about this situation, and let me know how you guys feel about this entire ordeal that I think has come to an end for now. What's actually going to happen now is SunnyV2, is he going to drop an apology video? He's eventually going to have to respond to this in some way, or is he just going to pretend that none of this happened and just drop a video on something else? I don't know. We shall see. So guys, Nintendo is back at it again. The Nintendo Ninjas are murking channels left and right for anybody who mods any kind of content, specifically of Zelda, but even non-Zelda related games, because of the arrival of Tears of a Kingdom that's going to be coming out sometime in May. Jason, a lot of you guys asked me to talk about the situation, and we briefly covered it on twitch.tv/InfernoOmni. Nintendo nuking a bunch of vids off YouTube for literally no reason. Now, I will say that I have watched the video in question. I've kind of already looked into this subject. It is not without reason here, okay? What's happening here is very Nintendo-esque. It's just kind of, we don't like Nintendo for doing it. This tweet here by Eric Pointcrow said, just put out a video out going on taking over the takedowns and Nintendo America has issued on my YouTube channel. Please go give it a watch. It's incredibly important. And if you look here, you can see these are all of the videos that got claimed by Pointcrow. Just over and over, non-stop. It's about over maybe 20-ish or so. 55 million views claimed. And if you look at the titles, it's modded Breath of the Wild, modded Breath of the Wild, modded Breath of the Wild, modding Wii Sports, Breath of the Wild, but I deleted the sun, mod. So a bunch of modding of the game of Breath of the Wild and other Nintendo games got claimed by Nintendo USA, but 4 of his videos got striked by Nintendo Japan. And strikes, well, basically, if you get like over 3, you usually get your channel ejectocito cuzzo. It gets absolutely deleted. He got 4, so maybe this was in a different time span. I don't know how he's getting 4, but he's still alive. Usually 3 strikes and you are out. But he did say in the video that he would only have like 2 strikes. And if he got 1 more, then he's at risk of his channel getting deleted. Thing to note here is that it looked like that Nintendo has basically went on a spree, basically claiming almost all of his videos, where he noted here that out of all of these videos, 4 of them were not, well, it says here, not Breath of the Wild, not Breath of the Wild, not Breath of the Wild. So 3 of the videos here that were modded still were not Breath of the Wild. And then one of them wasn't even, it was Breath of the Wild, but it wasn't actually like modded. It was just regular modified gameplay is what he's calling it. So yeah, that's what his video is about. Pointcrow's video here, Nintendo is taking down my videos, which has 147,000 likes and 1.5 million as of 2 days ago, where he talks for about 7 minutes wearing my boy Jarvis Johnson's t-shirt, trying my best, talking about how Nintendo is taking down his videos. Specifically, this is one of the arguments inside of his video where he claims that the whole TOS situation when it comes to Zelda and modified content is a bit ambiguous, which should kind of maybe allow him some kind of gray area where he should be making modded content, is what he's suggesting.
The thing is, without even considering fair use, all of these videos are very clearly in line with Nintendo's own game content guidelines for online video and image sharing platforms, which I will include in the description below. I will also read it for you here. From their FAQ, what types of content are acceptable under the guidelines? What types of content are not acceptable? We encourage you to use Nintendo game content in videos and images that feature your creative input and commentary. For example, Let's Play videos and video game reviews are within the scope of the guidelines. However, you may not simply upload a live stream of an existing Nintendo video, gameplay footage without your own creative input, or a copy of content created by someone else. For example, mere copies of Nintendo promotional trailers, tournaments, music soundtracks, gameplay sequences, and art collections are outside the scope of the guidelines. You might argue that modded content is in violation of these guidelines. But historically, that's not the case.
So I remember watching this video on Twitch, and I'm watching it again. And from what I understand, I don't think this is a point I actually agree with Pointcrow. Nintendo has infamously hated modded content. Period. Okay. Nintendo is kind of like the eyes of Mordor. I come from the Smash community. You know what happened if you come from the Smash community and you know about Project M. Okay. Nintendo will ignore and pretend that they don't see you for a while and be like, yeah, whatever, do whatever you want, mod your games, make Slippy, throw tournaments, monetize our IP, blah, blah, blah. But if they open their eyes and they see you for whatever reason, specifically also Nintendo Japan, they see what you're doing over here, they'll be like, blood, let's get them, sick the Nintendo ninjas on you, and remove all the modded content. That's just what they do. Nintendo has never been a fan of modded content ever, and they have been infamously known for taking down modded content, which in my opinion, modded content is absolutely dope and only serves to just increase the marketing of Nintendo and their games as well. It just makes it better. It's enhancing. I'm a huge fan of the modded community. Nintendo has a very old type of company where basically they don't like to invite new ideas. It's very old fashioned. We've talked about Nintendo. It's been F Nintendo for the longest time, and they've hurt a lot of people who've created some really cool things because they just simply do not want to accept the Nintendo modded stuff. So in my opinion, when this situation happened, I don't understand why there's so many surprised Pikachu faces. Like, this is basically right on par with what Nintendo has done. I think it's more so an unfortunate situation that the eyes of Mordor of Nintendo has down looked at Pointcrow, mainly probably because Tears of a Kingdom, the sequel of Zelda, is coming out. And this is Nintendo's way of saying, hey, Pointcrow, don't you freaking dare mod our Tears of a Kingdom game. You might have gotten away with it Breath of the Wild, but you best not do it with Tears of a Kingdom or we're going to come and get you. That's the message that I think Nintendo's trying to send.
The terms of service for The Legend of Zelda says you cannot modify the game. But it also says that you cannot stream it. You cannot make videos of it, and you cannot otherwise broadcast it.
So this Legend of Zelda terms of service is a blanket statement to basically say you cannot do these things. However, we might allow it, you know, again, the whole eyes of Mordor, we might allow it just because we're not paying attention. And also, it's a weird thing as well because it says no streaming of the videos, no videos of the game, no broadcasting of the game, but goes against what they just simply said that you are allowed to do this with Nintendo games as well, like in the form of Let's Plays. So this is the bucket that he's quite literally saying that Legend of Zelda is saying these 4 things are not allowed. But since people are streaming it and the videos of the game are making and the broadcasting of the game are happening, then clearly modifying the game should also fall in the bucket of things that should be done, I think is what his logic is here so far.
Nintendo's game content guidelines changes this, though, by providing a license on top of the existing terms of service, which modifies the terms of service for content creators.
So he said that that top layer that we talked about earlier modifies the inside. That's something I don't agree with. Okay, Nintendo has always been anti-mod. They have never been said, hey, it's okay to mod our videos. We know that. It's just one of those unfortunate situations, I think, with Pointcrow where he got caught. They finally caught his ass. But unfortunately, it's hitting a lot of content creators as well. And because they're sporadically hitting all these modded videos, the worst part is that sometimes they're, you know, hitting strays and hitting actual videos that aren't modded. They're just completely normal videos. Nintendo's just like, pop, 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 boom, ooh, let me hit a video that wasn't actually impacted. And now it's kind of like they're just going around just trying to murk everybody who's modded content ever. Even if your video didn't mod the content, they kind of hitting strays and hitting people who, you know, are just basically related to the modding of the videos. Probably not even watching the videos itself, just seeing the video title or the thumbnail and assuming it's modded content. So yeah, guys, that's the Nintendo and the Pointcrow situation of basically, you know, Nintendo being what Nintendo does. I don't agree with their practices 100%. I'm just also not surprised that this is what they're doing because this is definitely on par with Nintendo's brand, which is having a very old-fashioned ideology that they should just take down content that is basically booming and marketing and making their communities even better. They don't really care about that. It's always bottom line bucket to them. So it's kind of a situation where it just sucks. Hopefully Pointcrow can get these copyrights taken off over time and then he can start making content again. And hopefully he doesn't get murked. And I'd be very surprised if he actually did any modded content with Breath of the Wild, or I'm sorry, Tears of the Kingdom when that game does come out. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about the situation too in the comments below. All right, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Now, we had more stuff that you guys wanted me to talk about that I don't have enough time to put in today's video. But if you guys do follow me on Twitch, I do stream on there. We talk about some of those topics. And also, I think I might have put an insert here at one point in time about my Patreon. But yeah, if you guys want to talk to me one-on-one about certain events as well, Patreon, I will actually make videos like this, me here, but also responding directly to you if you guys come and support me on Patreon, which would be really, really helpful right now because Google income is completely terrible. And then come on there and I'll talk to you guys one-on-one and we'll create a nice parasocial relationship, okay? All right, I love y'all. Y'all take it easy. I'll see you sometime this week whenever things go down. And yeah, thanks for having me. Take it easy. Stay safe on the streets because them streets ain't safe. And I'll catch you guys later, all right? All right, peace.